Hi, folks, and we are back to the Paradox Mega Campaign with the County of Portucale. Slowly shifting the border so that Lake Balaton no longer messes up our pronunciation of Portugal. We were looking at possible wars to come in the future, but infamy needs to come down before we have some leeway. Social sciences are coming up. A lot of money is coming up. And with money, maybe a lot more units. Maybe. So all of you join up. The engineers we are reorganizing. You're missing artillery, not engineers. There's three. Suspect the CSA. Our ambassadors have been banned. Huh. Interesting. Fascists are rising in America. How unexpected. That could never happen. Yeah. You don't have engineers. And you don't have a place to go, really. Do we not? Oh, yeah. Ban. No. Instead of being out of... No. Masochist. Being out of supply, do that. Not a masochist. And who needs engineers? You need an artillery. Let's go through all the loose units. Oh no. You just said there's a loose unit here. Or did I misclick? I misclicked. Of course I did. It's always my fault. I am missing infantry here. That is unusual. They're in Asia. Well. Oh, you have too much cavalry. Well, but we don't have any... Yeah. We don't have any additional armies to join up with there, so that's fine. Okay. 1 infantry. 2 infantry. Where do I need those guys? India? Yes, India. Probably. Right? Maybe not. Arabia? Yes, Arabia. They should go to Arabia. You should always speak with a very, very Victorian accent when playing Victoria 2. If you're able to do that. I'm not, obviously. Should we take the voyage to Arabia? What the heck. Go to Arabia. Yeah, so I have a loose engineer. And, there we go. A match made in heaven. Created an East Angola. There we go. Now it is only one Portugal. Sort of a new state. That will give us ideas. Not fascist at all. Let's see. Heated debate in Portugal. The intensive election campaign has reached the boiling point in Portugal. Well, if it's at top of Serra da Estrela, boiling point is lower, so... Where a fair trade policy debate pits the friends of free trade against the pals of protectionism. Right, well, we want free trade. Wine. Lumber. Wine. Lumber. Wine. Lumber. Wine. And the Liberals are losing territory to mostly the anarcho-liberals. Oh. No. I want state capitalism. Thank you. And unemployed Irakayemi. Oh. Oh, yes. The infamy and the base reluctance. Yeah, we need to take some Tabriz territory so we can take care of our territories there. USA fears our might. They should. Harare. You'll be ours. And quite a few factories are about done. Let's see. So Poland is now number 2. They're at 352. And Mazowiecki, wow, and Kursk. They are 323. And Sachsen. We're at 507. The most impressive we've got is Flanders. Vlaanderen, let's see. Are they building something now? Yeah. But we lack the we lack the the needed worker complements. Not enough educated people, despite our intensive education efforts. But yeah, Porto will have quite a lot of industry. So Lisbon, but needs more people. Holland. Cars is not doing well. Ah, it's the machine parts. And fabric. But so many people need clothes. Oh well, the market will fluctuate. Toscana is pretty well in terms of workers. Flanders. That's probably the level 2 factories that is doing that. Maybe we should increase the level of our factories overall. Why can we not upgrade that? Oh, it's already expanding. Okay, that's why. In fact, let's do that. Let's see what factories are at maximum capacity and expand them. Or close to it. Ammunitions. Well, machine parts we don't need more of because they're not doing well. Wine, liquor, however. Wine and liquor, yeah. Tunisia, more liquor. Yeah, that's going to be great for Islamic law. Luxury furniture. And fertilizer, so we can smear it on the luxury furniture. Wow, you're doing okay. Oh, it's not that we I see. Not that we're making that we are lacking in fabric. Super expensive. We need to make more fabric. So yeah, expand that, please. And I was almost forgetting, we need more liquor coming out of Ireland. Demand is always clamoring for more. Lumber mill expansion. Certainly want more artillery to blow things up. If things are not blowing up, it's not a good state of affairs. More wine, more fertilizer. Don't mix the two. Okay. That should give us, ooh yeah, a lot to work on, to chew on for a bit. Arts and Letters supports the Welsh independence. Increase the religious, relations to mitigate that. Send their secret police to crush the Welsh. Take away the sheep. That way they'll be able to make be the butt of xenophobic jokes. Bigots will cry out in anguish. All pops lose 1 militancy. Good. Tensions Eritrea reduced. Have you arrived? Yes, you have. Excellent. Feed the poor. Yeah. So you need the infantry, but only one. Be frugal. I need to actually move you out, so you can't select it. Move out. Let them keep it, or some at least. Tencents in Junsu. Ooh. Influence changes by 5, but gain infamy. Oof. Or lose prestige. I suppose we can afford the prestige more than the infamy. That is the one thing we have not much control of. So. Take the railroad to Batavia, where Delinda lives, because Batavia Delinda Est, and still need more infantry here. More troops need to make the pilgrimage to Mecca. Back to Lisbon. Imperial Guard. Six artillery. Actually need one more artillery here. Oh, okay. Lazy natives. Learn the language. Should we replace the old ships? Perhaps. In fact, how are the enemy's armies doing here? Capital ships 5. 1. We don't have any. No, yeah, because they're too expensive for the little use they have. Just build 3 non-capital ships per capital ship. Still second to Cheng. Probably, right? Yeah. No change there. They're still outpopulate us by 25 million. So that's not entirely unsurprising. Okay. Well, we may be able to do something about that. So we have steam transports, that's updated. Commerce raiders for our strike force. We still have, yeah, we still have frigates with the Imperial Armada and the Oriental Armada. Right. And they are not as capable for 350 compared... Ooh, yeah. Especially the hull difference is phenomenal. And the speed. Because these... Oh, actually, the steam transfers are not that fast. Okay, so they're not hindering the fleet speed. But... we could look at possible upgrades at some point. Should we have... That's too slow. That's incredibly slow. Maybe I'll just keep the frigates for a long time. They do take a lot more supplies. Yeah. Transport fleets just protected by frigates. By 10 frigates. Seems to be enough. I don't like the line go down. Why line go down? Well, everything's at maximum pretty much. Even if... oh yeah. Even if we are at war, we're pretty much on a balanced budget. Which is supremely impressive. So we're gonna need a lot more troops. So we're gonna have a continuous front line with Germania. Our enemy. Need a lot more artillery. Oh, there's an engineer popping up all over the place. Are we still... No. Ah! Finish that. I'm not paying attention. Oh yes, we are. Still recruiting one engineer. For somewhere. One of those. Okay, so we're gonna need a lot more troops. We already have enough for... Actually, I was saying that. We already have enough for a continuous front line with Germania. What we don't have is very, 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 very overwhelming force elsewhere. Or the ability to fight a two-front war. Or the ability to fight overseas with great, great numbers, say in Asia. Have you been to Assam? Oh, you must go to Assam, dear. we have what? 7? Yeah. I think we should up the gambit too. An extra African army, so you can take on Yemen and or Italy and or Ethiopia from the south. An extra army or two, probably 2 in the north. Two extra armies in Cappadocia. Probably an extra army in India. And at least 2 in Asia. You're the African fleet. Yeah, I think this is the African fleet. Oh well. We should base off Ceylon instead of Batavia. Right, so. And yes, to us Portuguese, it is Ceylon in 1872. Even though we don't occupy it anymore. Quite the story, in fact. Fantastic how the dastardly Portuguese managed to convince so many locals to help them with, well, not to say the Spanish weren't able to do even worse in America, but more impressive in very established and wealthy kingdoms in different places in Asia. But yeah, turning local foes against each other and helping them out brought the Portuguese a lot of influence and power, very unexpectedly so, for those not paying attention, like the locals. Then once the Portuguese were in, they built a fort. I dare you to kick me out. Now this is mine. Being supplied from the sea. Try to visit all the Portuguese forts across the African and Asian coasts. You'll spend your life doing it. If you do a Google search, you'll find fortifications all along the Moroccan coast, Western Africa, Angola obviously, and the Eastern Africa. I think you can find it maybe Sofala, Mombasa, Socotra, or Hormuz. That's in the news. Guess what? It was important even back then. The Portuguese understood that 6 centuries ago, for those listening. Hello, Americans. At Damão, Diogoa, Ceylon, Malacca, Timor, the Spice Islands, but also at Nagasaki, and Macau. Reform? No, sweetie. Verbs are the key to success. Fuck the Andalusians. Learn the language. Yeah, line go down, not good. It's all the factories, probably. Subsidies and whatnot. Wow, the Flanders clothes factory in Flanders. Yeah, they need more fabric, apparently. Send some to neighbors. Farmers and Lamia lose militancy. Yeah, that sounds good. Losing militancy is always good. Yeah, our clothes factories are costing us a pretty penny. We need more fabric. Build those fabric factories. Ironically, in Portuguese, factories are named fabric. Fabric. Because the first ones were, you know, making fabric. Nope, because it's the original etymology. Let's see. No. Get rid of them. No legislation for such dastardly perversive actions. No. Luxury clothes. Oh my god, you're making an ungodly amount of money with that. In fact, yeah, let's go hunting for wabbits. And wow, the Clipper shipyard is exceptionally profitable. Let's go hunting for the profitable wabbits. Get rid of all the ringleaders. The Fellowship of the Ring is no more. Oh yeah, more fabrique. Please, fabrique. Ah! We're all saved. We have discovered insurance companies. Now, whenever something happens, a company that you've been paying money to will tell you, oh no, that wasn't covered, despite being clearly stated in the contract. Creation of companies selling insurances made business simpler and safer. For business that insured other businesses. Also, families took advantage of new intellectual produce as home insurances, etc. And then got screwed by the insurance company. Tax efficiency +1. Great. More money for us. I suppose that's good. The insanely profitable luxury clothes in Bretagne. Yeah, most of these factories are slow to profit because they have very few workers. Let the farmers keep some. They did grow it after all. No. Ooh, yeah, clippers, my god. Yeah, Senegal likes us, good. Yes, we need more French wine, clearly. Ah, now because we're building so many factories, the machine part factory is booming in profit again. It's really us driving most of the machine parts need, isn't it? Because we're such a big part of the world market. Good time to push for... Oh. More conservative or more reactionary? Bourgogne. Conservative? What the heck? What news? Insults. Oh yeah, that is insulting. What do you mean they were just saying their country's name? Don't be preposterous. And okay, that's fine. By that, do they actually mean that? No, they didn't change the thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mera, help feed the poor. My God, we have so much money. Yeah, I think it's time to build a bunch of units. Get the clothes, they're expensive. And wow, it's gonna be a while before that ticks down. Me no like infamy. I suppose. Let's see. Let's see. We could also just build a massive fleet in Asia. So we have 2 fleets. We wouldn't have to cross the Suez every time there's trouble in the east. We could have a Mediterranean fleet. You know, we could go back to the size fleet we had initially. But with good ships this time. So, I want a lot of troops, but not necessarily many in Africa, especially in low population provinces, which is pretty much everything in Africa for now. In Asia, yes, let's get ourselves a few Japanese ones, good. Bursa, sure, technically in Asia. Let's get a bunch of troops from territories that can afford most. And a lot of artillery. Yeah, some of these seem quite small, but actually have quite large populations. And these are the European. Yeah, this is the European. Okay, so we're gonna need quite a few. Go from Bourges, Cordoba, Cadiz, all of Spain, yes. A few more engineers. From Couvillon. Well, yeah, actually, there's, I think, a good technical university there. Now. Couple cavalry. Yeah, no, let's not take people from Lisbon. Actually, what the heck? Let's take one good cavalry from Lisbon. We mostly seem to be always lacking artillery. You could just click, 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 click and get through all of these, but I like to not strain the population for recovering the units all that much, if I can help it. So a bit of micromanagement is my preference. Right, let's see how that goes, and... wait for those fellas to be trained up. So, social sciences is still some time away. Oof. Yeah, that's a lot of points. Because we're starting to get... yeah, to the very, very, very best of the best in terms of education. Can't even start those before 1900. That's why. Yeah, get those as soon as we can so we can speed up our research for everything else. All of that, though, will be next time. Destroy the Dutch.